You probably heard of the terms credit counseling or debt management program thrown around when you're talking about getting out of debt, right? But do you know exactly what they mean? Understanding the differences between the two could be quite confusing. So you likely want to know what they really mean and how they compare to one another, right? And even more importantly, how can they actually help you when you feel overwhelmed by your bills? Hey y'all, Mark Russell here. I'm a financial wellness board member with National Debt Relief. Before I was helping folks get back on track financially, I was $80,000 deep in debt myself. So believe me when I tell you, I understand what it means to feel stuck. If you're watching this because you feel stressed out about money, please believe me that you are not alone. Today, I'm breaking down the terms credit counseling and debt management programs once and for all. In this video, you'll learn what they are and how they work. And then after that, I'll explain how they compare to what debt relief companies like National Debt Relief do. All right. Let's jump in. Before we dive any deeper, let's clear up the common confusion. Debt counseling and debt management programs are not the same thing, though they are often talked about together. Credit counseling is more of a first step. It's a service that helps you understand your financial picture and explore your different options. It often involves meeting with a certified credit counselor who reviews your income, your expenses, and your debt, and helps you build a plan. It's mainly about education, budgeting, and strategy. A debt management program, or DMP for short, is a follow-up step that may come out of a credit counseling session. It's a formal plan to repay your mostly unsecured debts in full, often with lower interest rates. You make a single monthly payment to the credit counseling agency and they pay your creditors. So while credit counseling helps you understand your situation, a DMP is a structured way to start paying off what you owe. Clear difference, right? Now let's talk about credit counseling in more detail. Credit counseling is often a low cost or even free service, typically offered by nonprofit organizations. Credit counseling entails that a certified credit counselor works with you to understand your full financial picture, your income, your expenses, and outstanding debts. Then they help you build a budget and offer education and tools to improve your money habits. Often having a counseling session is the first step to understanding where you stand financially, from where you can draft up a plan to get your finances back in order. Here are the pros of credit counseling. It's often a low cost or even free service. It provides a personalized review of your finances. It offers budgeting help and financial education, and it can help you understand your debt relief options. But of course, there's some important cons to understand as well. Credit counseling alone doesn't pay off your debts. It could take significant time to implement the counselor's advice on your own, and it may not be all that effective if you're in severe debt without enough income to cover basic expenses. Again, think of credit counseling as step one in your journey towards becoming debt-free. It's about understanding where you stand and exploring your options. Now that we know what credit counseling entails, let's move on to explaining what a debt management program is, or what the cool kids call DMP. A DMP is sometimes recommended after a credit counseling session, but it's definitely a service on its own. At its core, a DMP is a structured plan to repay your debts over time, typically through one monthly payment made to the DMP provider, and then that agency then pays your creditors. So here's how it works. You'll repay the full amount of your unsecured debts, usually within 3 to 5 years. The agency may negotiate lower interest rates with your creditors. You'll generally be asked to stop using your credit cards during that program. Here are the pros of a DMP. It may simplify your repayment with one monthly payment. It may reduce your interest rates. It encourages consistent on-time payments, and it doesn't involve taking out a new loan. But similar to credit counseling, there are cons associated with DMP as well. You'll still pay back the full debt amount, although you'll potentially be paying lower interest charges. You usually can't open up or use credit cards while you're enrolled in a DMP. Not all creditors may participate, which is why negotiations made by your DMP provider may result in nothing. And last but not least, missing one payment could cancel the entire program. And here are some additional facts that are important to know when considering a DMP. A DMP applies mainly to unsecured debts like credit cards, personal loans, and medical debt. Unsecured debts are debts that are not backed by an asset. Therefore, a DMP often doesn't apply to mortgages, car loans, or even student loans. You get to keep your assets, no repossession or foreclosure tied to the plan. A DMP is not public record like bankruptcy. Being enrolled in a DMP may impact your ability to get new credit cards until the program is complete. All right, now you're like, okay, Mark, thanks for all the information, but where does a debt relief company like National Debt Relief tie in all of this? That's a good question, and let me explain briefly what National National Debt Relief does and does not do, and how it relates to credit counseling and DMPs. First, it's good to know that National Debt Relief does not offer credit counseling or debt management programs in a traditional sense. What they do have, though, is a team of in-house debt experts who work with you personally to create a custom plan to tackle your debt once and for all. Depending on your unique situation, that plan might include debt settlement. With debt settlement, National Debt Relief negotiates with your creditors to reduce the total amount that you owe. Instead of paying your full balance, you may settle your debt for less. The main difference between a DMP in a traditional sense and a debt settlement program is that with a DMP, you pay back the full amount that you owe. With a debt settlement program, National Debt Relief negotiates with your creditors to help you pay back less than what you owe. National Debt Relief may also put you in touch with a debt consolidation partner too. This usually means combining multiple debts into a single loan with a potentially lower interest rate, making repayment both cheaper and easier to manage. Here's how it typically works with National Debt Relief in a simple 3-step plan. First, you talk with a debt expert about your financial picture on a free, no obligation consultation call. It's not a credit counseling session in a traditional sense, but it helps you gauge where you stand financially, and together with a debt expert, you can explore the options to help you towards financial stability. After your situation is crystal clear based on this, together with National Debt Relief, you create an affordable path towards financial stability. Then, in the third step, it's all about executing that plan. Most people who work with National Debt Relief complete this program within 12 to 48 months, which means that they are financially stable again after this time period. The focus at National Debt Relief is mainly on unsecured debt, or debt that isn't backed by assets. These type of debts include credit cards, personal loans, medical bills, business debts, and certain private student loans. Every day, National Debt Relief's team works directly with major creditors and banks to help people reduce their debt and build financial peace of mind. And they try to do so in a fraction of the time and cost of traditional debt relief programs. All right, folks, that's it for today. To quickly wrap it up, credit counseling helps you understand your financial situation and explore debt relief options. A debt management program is a structured repayment plan where you pay the full debt, usually at lower interest rates over time. At National Debt Relief, they don't offer credit counseling or DMP in the traditional sense, but what they do is help you find a strategy that works with you and help you execute it, including options like debt settlement or a debt consolidation loan partner. The people they help often complete the programs within 12 to 48 months on average, which means that they are financially stable again after that time period. And remember, if you're currently struggling with debt and looking for help to find a solution, debt relief companies like National Debt Relief, which specialize in debt relief programs like the ones that we talked about today, could help you in your journey of becoming debt-free. The solution to your debt problem may be closer than what you might think. National Debt Relief has in-house debt experts who are there to support you every step of the way. If you have any questions or would like to see their accreditations or reviews, or would like a free, no obligation debt relief consultation call with them, visit their website at nationaldebtrelief.com. Take your first step towards financial peace today. And if you happen to have any questions regarding another financial related topic, check out the other videos in the series on National Debt Relief's YouTube channel. It's our goal to make complex financial concepts that you hear every single day. We want to make them easy so you can transform your financial life. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next video.